them up, we can focus our attention on center of mass and calculate the momentum of center of mass, and therefore that comes out to be the same as that. So therefore, center of mass is considered as representative of a system here in translation motions. Linear momentum is a parameter corresponding to translation motion. So PCM is P total. Now this is what we call it as total linear momentum of the system. Next we go for differentiation. So assuming m constant, m into dvc m by dt, that is rate of change of velocity of center of mass of a constant mass system. In this equation, m1 into dv1 by dt plus m2 into dv2 by dt plus and so on mn dvn by dt. So that is the differentiation value. So what is dv1 by dt? Rate of change of velocity of the first particle, rate of change of velocity of the second particle. They are the accelerations of the particles. We can call it as m1 a1. a1 is rate of change of first particle velocity, which is acceleration of the first particle. Similarly, m2 a2 and so on mn an. So this is the value m1 a1 plus m2 a2 and so on. And here total mass of the system is this. It is rate of change of velocity of center of mass. We can write ACM, acceleration of center of mass. Therefore, acceleration of center of mass is m1 a1 1 by m m1 a1 plus m2 a2 and so on mn an. ACM is equal to 1 by m into m1 a1 plus m2 a2. This we can write 1 by m sigma mi ai is equal to ACM. Analogous to the earlier velocity of center of mass, we have acceleration of center of mass. Acceleration of center of mass of a system can be determined by this way, assuming total mass of the system constant. For total mass of the system constant or constant mass system, acceleration of center of mass is determined by this way. Now we will try to analyze what are the steps in this. So here, when we know, what we notice is acceleration of mass into acceleration of center of mass. If you imagine that the entire system of particles are concentrated as a center of mass, total mass of the system, now this gives you mass into acceleration of center of mass. That is nothing but mass into acceleration of the first particle is net force acting on the first particle according to Newton's second law. According to Newton's second law, mass of the particle into acceleration of the particle is net force acting on the particle. Therefore, let F1 be the net force acting on the particle. M1 A1 I can write as F1. Similarly, F2 is the net force acting on the second particle, that is M2 A2 as per Newton's second law. Like that, we get Fn. F1, F2, Fn, all these are the net forces acting on the individual particles. Net force acting on the first particle, net force acting on the second particle and so on. So what is this net force meaning? It is the vector sum of the forces which are acting on the first particle. So what is the first particle and how the forces, what kind of forces act? Let us consider a system having particles. The particles which are within this boundary are called system particles. Particles which are lying outside, they are external to the system. These are external particles. The particles inside are corresponding to constitute the system particles. Now let the particle 1 be somewhere here, 2 be somewhere here, some 3. These are the labeling of the particles. 4, some 5, like that randomly. So these are the particles. Now what is meant by F1? Net force acting on the first particle in the system. Inside the system, we are talking about system of particles only. For this particle, what net force? What causes the force? One, within the system, other particles will cause the exert force on the first particle. Second particle will be attracting it towards it. That is what we call it as F12. first particle experiencing force due to 3, that is F13. Similarly, F14, F15. So like that, the first particle is experiencing various forces due to other particles of the system. All these are in different directions. Therefore, net force acting on the first particle is vector sum of these forces which are acting on the first particle due to inside the particles of the system. This is what we call it as net F1 internal, because this force is net force F1 can be F1 internal, that is all the resultant force of all the force other particles which are exerting on the first particle inside the system. But the particle, system particle, not only act upon by the other particles of the system, 2, 3, 4 like that, but also it may be act upon by external to the system. An external agent or outside particles also may exert force. Therefore, F1 is net force acting on the first particle is nothing but the force arising due to internal agent, other particles of the system, as well as external particles to the system.
ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ గా సాగుతున్న ఫిజిక్స్ ఈ క్లాసెస్ లో ఓ చిన్న బ్రేక్ తీసుకుందాం. బ్రేక్ తర్వాత మెకానిక్స్ లో మరిన్ని అంశాలను తెలుసుకుందాం. కీప్ వాచింగ్ కేబీ టెలివిజన్.